Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your July reading. This is for anybody that has their sun, moon, rising, midheaven, and potentially their Venus in the sign of Capricorn. However, if you have found yourself on this video or you are cross-watching for somebody that you are interested in, I am sure there is a message in here for you, and I hope that it finds you well. A little bit of an update. The name of the channel has changed. I like the aesthetics of it better. I like the play on words that I'm using. I like that I'm using my actual name because I have nothing to hide. It's more of an authentic presentation of who I am. And as it relates to who Mother Teresa was, we have a lot of the same characteristics. So that has changed as well, since I have not received any criticism, constructive criticism at that, right? Because that's all I tolerate. But since nobody has told me whether or not they like that I pre-shuffle the cards and pull them beforehand or not, I'm going to continue doing that because it does help me for the sake of time. So let's go ahead and jump into your reading for the month. What came out was the Two of Pentacles, followed by the Two of Wands and the Five of Wands. Okay. Obstacles positions, you have the Six of Swords, followed by the Three of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Last week of July, in ways to overcome these energies, you have the Sun card, followed by the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Swords. And sorry, I keep looking off to the side. My battery is about to die. I'm normally really good with making sure my battery is charged before I start recording. So if it cuts out, I do apologize, but I will pick up wherever I leave off. So just as a general statement though, I feel like lesson is the theme for the month of July. You guys are really learning a lot, and I'm getting that with the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands and this Five of Wands energy. It's like you guys have gained a better understanding about the way that the material world works and the level of diplomacy and tact and risk that is associated with gaining material successes in the world, and the role that competition does play in the material world as far as being an obstacle potentially that gets in the way of you getting the things that you want. So you work that much harder for it, either to keep it or just to acquire it altogether. As it pertains to relationships, I am seeing that you may have learned that it is better to make a suggestion than to demand the things that you want and or need out of your partner, right? That may have been causing some conflict in your relationships, the way that you've been asking for the things that you want, just how you speak to your partner, your tone of voice. I'm getting that with the Two of Wands. So it's like you guys are learning that lesson. You now know better. You now know that it is better to fight with your partner than against your partner. Because at the end of the day, you know, as you mature and you decide to take this step as far as making more of a commitment for relationships, and as you get older in age, right, as you're just maturing as a person, it's just going to be you and your partner until you guys start a family, if you guys even want kids, you know what I mean? So it's going to be you two fighting until the very end against this world and other people that may be trying to come and interfere or intervene in your relationship and cause problems as well. So it's better to have a right-hand man or just like a partner in crime than to have like an enemy and always feel like you have to compete with your partner. That would be signs of an unhealthy relationship, right? That may be what some of you have been going through, potentially karmically. And that is something that you want to change with this Five of Wands. And five, as it relates to numerology, is all about making changes. It's all about transformation. So that is something to keep in mind. For some of you, that may require that you need to take a break. You need to take a breather, right? You need to go somewhere and clear your mind, go to your favorite place, go to the spa, just meditate. But this is seeking higher ground. This is being the bigger person. If you have been involved in a lot of conflict, right? Or you feel like your temper has been flaring a little bit, you need to take a little bit more time for yourself and seek higher ground. Don't be reactive. And if you do take that break, you can avoid being certainly emotionally immature, or just making decisions and doing things based off of your emotions that are more low vibrational. And I'm just getting that with the darkness of the card and the Three of Cups. If you don't turn away from the things that are causing you mental strife, you may have some emotional regrets later on, right? Flipping this around, if this is all about material gains and successes in the world and the lessons that you've learned with that and how to better approach life and win at this game of life, then it's like you now know what you need to do. Or you might be faking like you don't necessarily know what to do, but the Six of Swords is here, you do. I feel like the best advice that I can give you in this situation would be to write down your strengths and your weaknesses, right? Get real personal. Get really personal with who you are, right? What you're capable of, what you know you can achieve. If you have a complex and you feel like you need to have power, or you want to be recognized as a significant figure in this world with this Three of Cups energy, get to the bottom of why you need that. Why you feel like you need other people's approval. Get to the bottom of what it is that you feel like you're trying to prove to yourself and to others. If this is talking about just your own personal health, you're moving just a little bit too fast. And I'm getting that with the Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. A lot of twos. So get in touch with numerology. You may be seeing a lot of 222, sorry, or just the number 2 a lot, which talks about polarization, right? Yin-yang principles. There needs to be a balance in your life. So if you have been eating unhealthily, you don't exercise to counterbalance the fact that you are eating unhealthily, something has to give in this situation. And I'm getting that with the Two of Wands and the Five of Wands. You need to be willing to make the changes to have a life of longevity, right? In order for you to be able to have more physical vitality, that might be affected in July because there is no balance in your life as far as your diet goes, as far as your physical health is concerned altogether, in the way that you look. You might be a little self-conscious about that, and at this point you want to make those necessary changes. The best way to do that is to write down some strategies on ways that you plan to achieve these goals, right? And just make sure that you're taking small incremental steps forward towards achieving those goals. Don't worry about losing 10 pounds in 2 days. That is not only unhealthy, but for some people it is impossible. Be okay with doing one thing a week for possibly 6 weeks, right? Make something that is more of a midterm, long-term goal. Start off with incorporating like a bottle of water a day if you don't even drink any water at all, and then increase that by the week to 2 bottles by week 2, 3 bottles by week 3, until you work your way up to a gallon. If you're exercising, go to the gym once a week. See how that feels for you, right? Make sure that you're also stretching, right? And getting into, what am I trying to say? Focusing on the breath throughout the exercises, and focusing on where the muscle is being stretched in the exercise. Because if your form is wrong, you're going to hurt yourself, which nobody wants, right? But you won't see the results because you're not working out the right areas of your body. So make sure that the form is there, but definitely start 1 time a week. See how that feels. Get into week 2, go 2 times a week, and then just naturally build up from there. What else can this pertain to? You guys gotta see where I'm going though, and how I'm like making this fit. So just relate what I'm saying to your own individual situation. But if you implement these changes and do these things, or don't act out and or don't say things that you potentially may regret later, by the end of the month you can and or you will feel better about yourself. Right? Apollo is the figure in this Sun card, and with this Ten of Wands, I would just say give all of your worries to God, to the Sun god Apollo. Find ways to relieve any stresses, right? Or you will be more easily able to let them go by the end of July, because you know how to better handle them when you're starting to feel overwhelmed. And that may be using music to heal you, listening to podcasts. This is just entertainment. That's what I'm picking up in this card. Entertainment and just looking on the bright side of things when you're starting to get down, when things start to feel heavy. You don't know who you can rely on. You just feel like everything is kind of all on your shoulders. Just pivot that thinking, pivot that frustration, turn it into something that is more productive or healing for you, and you will see just better results. Right? Everything that is going on in your life right now, this is strengthening your mental capabilities altogether, and just the way that you think more logically. Because for some of you, you may have been a little bit too emotionally based, and those decisions that you've made based off of your emotions may not have completely hindered you, but they didn't really help you either as far as reaching your goals. So you'll be on top of your game by the end of July, as long as you implement the things that are necessary for you at this stage in your journey. But I definitely do see success. I feel like the optimism returns as far as the relationship goes, and whether this is a personal relationship or a romantic one, I'm just seeing successes. As long as you guys have those reestablished boundaries, right? You guys have a better understanding of the way that you have to communicate with one another, or just you in general, how you have to communicate with the outside world to get what you want. And just as it pertains to manifesting, you guys are just better able to speak the things that you need more than you want into existence by the end of July. So all things look well, as long as you just don't overreact, and as long as you're actually learning these lessons and integrating them, right? And also sharing them. I can see that with this Sun card, to others that may be feeling as you have felt. This Ten of Wands doesn't have to be you. But as far as the chakras go, your heart chakra, make sure that is balanced. The sacral chakra, your root chakra, maybe a little overactive. And the throat chakra, I'm not sure if I said that yet. And your third eye crown chakra, it's underactive. So just work on those elements. If you don't know how to do that, I will leave the link in the description box below. It's towards the end of what I typed up in the description box, so definitely check that out. But if this resonated for you guys, do give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends and family, and do subscribe for more.